Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today we're in my bathroom. The tank that I fixed is now filled. There is no bow. That thing's just as straight as can be uh, across here. So I found out that making that mistake of not measuring correct, and only got 15 inches from here to here and 19 inches from here to here. So that actually worked in my favor sooner than I thought. I thought I was going to have to use one of these hang-on filters, and this thing worked great on my 10-gallon tank. Yeah, I had a 55-gallon hang-on a 10-gallon tank. It was really clean, it wasn't it? Because the sun pump canister filter had sprung a leak. It wasn't leaking when I stopped it. So because the head doesn't work on that, basically all I did was took a regular water pump that has a screen on one side and a filter and stuff. Well, I took the filter out of it because now all it is just a pump. So basically I just bypassed that pump because that was not even plugged in. See? Not even plugged in. So basically it's just using the canister as a holding tank, and this is actually what's pumping it. That's under them rocks. I've got it hidden underneath them rocks so that you can only see the edge of it here on the end, and it's not that bad. But I got all the rocks in it, made it so that there's plenty of places for them to get down in and hide. I'm gonna put a Cory cat in here, 2 guppies, fancy guppies, male and female, and maybe a bumblebee catfish. So we're waiting on them to come, and I've got my trap. I can't even talk tonight for some reason. I've got my trap in the water out there in the creek, and we're going to see if we can't find some real small fish to put in here in the morning so that it can continue the cycle of the water. Now what I've got in here right now is just regular water to come out of the well, and wow, I'm just having a hard time with this video. It's just out of the spigot from a well. I don't have city water, so it should be fine. I also used 40 milliliters of AquaSafe, so that has already jump started the water cycle. So guppies are really hardy fish. Catfish are pretty hardy fish, and Cory cats are pretty hardy. So I think they'll be fine. Of course, they're not going to be here till probably Friday. So I've got 2 days. So it don't take long for that ammonia to come up once you get a couple fish in there. So tomorrow morning I'll put me a couple little minnows in there, or even some really small bluegills, and that would be Pete at AEA. Call me. I'll be right back. Alright guys, where were we at? We've been on the phone a while, but you all don't know that. But anyway, I forgot where I was at. So I got my blue lights on and my white lights, and of I think I was talking about the filter that hangs on the back. Apparently, if you don't use these, the seals shrink. So I had a problem with the Sun canister filter leaking out around the side of it as I was pumping. And so I just took the O-ring seal off of it, took one of them wide rubber bands and wrapped in that groove where the O-ring laid, and it was a perfect fit all the way around. So then I just put the O-ring back on it, sealed just fine. So now I'm running. The pump worked for about 20 minutes, plugged in, the canister pump. Then it started rattling and then stopped pumping. So apparently it's just a bad pump. Or a propeller, probably a propeller, but I don't know if they sell a kit for these. So I just run that pump there anyway. I'd rather run that anyways. So we got our track, and I'll bring you up here and show you. Let's do the track first. We got that working. And because we're going to be putting guppies in here to raise, I got some of that, it looks like seaweed that will go in here and grow. So I'm hoping to turn the whole top of this into that green stuff for the guppies to have their babies, and the babies will have a place to hide and make this a breeder tank. So I'm probably not going to be able to put any, I don't know about that catfish, man. That catfish will eat anything that moves. Especially if he's bigger than them babies. And I think the even mamas and daddies even eat them. So they definitely got a run for their money. But anyway, I went and found these pieces here I've been carrying around for a long time that I found. And they're just boards, and I think they're walnut. And they got some pretty decent looking designs in them. And I'm thinking about cutting that off straight on both sides. Now this one's cracked, but oh well. Once it's on here, it ain't gonna be cracked no more. And then I'm gonna put it in the center like that, I think. Then I'm gonna take my grandma's porch boards, and we're gonna trim this one with grandma's porch boards, the gray ones like I did on my other tank. And then once I get this up on there and that straight on this side, then I'll take some of that grandma's porch boards and put here on the corners, here on the back. Then once it got all the way around, I got 2 oak doors that I'm not even sure I'm going to use. I've got these oak doors right here. I'll show you what I'm talking about here, give you a kind of an idea of what I'm talking about. If I take and put that there just like that, let me put you on a tripod. See, it would look something like this, with this in the center, just like that. And this one here will be just as tall as this one, because once we get done, then I'll take another one of these boards and go around all the way around the top and all the way around the bottom. And I think that would look pretty cool. Something like that right there. And then once you polyurethane this or boiled linseed oiled it, that would really look nice. So I've got 3 different designs. I got that one. Then I got this one that I think I'm going to use on the front. It almost looks like a skull of an animal. So I'm going to use that for the center of that right there and just put a backing on it, black backing, and put that there. And then it'll be trimmed with this same boards around it, and then the doors will attach. Now I got to do some fill in right here because of the way the doors come on or go on. So, but I can still use this tank or this stand because I'm not going to put no back on it. And then I got this piece right here. Looks pretty cool. So we don't know, probably go that way. And we'll do the same thing to that side. I think that'll look pretty cool, guys. And then we'll get the doors and see what they'll look like. So the doors would probably go on here, something like that right there. So that's going to be wide enough to make that happen, because the hinge goes back to right there. So I think I have enough. I might have to boost it over a little bit, but it'll look something like that right there. But I don't know if that oak is going to clash with the porch boards and the sides. It'll all clash. And then I got this that I have to make a new back for it. I got to take this one out because it doesn't measure like this no more. Plus, I need this to go up to the top of this so I can mount my hinge for the top. This used to have where it just had a little lid on the front that opened up. And it's in pretty rough shape, but I think I can paint it and it will save it. And we're going to try to use this. Now I can give you an idea of what it looks like. And it'll just lay down on there like that. So the back of it needs to be, I need to make this piece come up to here. Well, I got you all pointed the wrong place. This needs to come up to here, and then this needs to be moved over some because remember I added that brace. I used to have this over a little bit closer. So because I added this brace, it brought it over further, so now I gotta cut it out here instead of where it's at. Same thing with this one over here. So once I get this board made and get them cut out and get a hole cut out for this to lay down and go into, then it'll set flat down on here, and this part here will rest against that aluminum. So we're going to put a wave maker in here, I think. I don't know yet. We may not do that for a guppy tank. And I got to change that from a sticker to an actual logo, and I'll have to put one down there too. So I think this will make a nice breeding tank for guppies. And that is all for these guys in here. And she's done. My crawdad is making a big old mess in there, and he's making me mad. Look what he's doing down in there. He's destroying it. All that big old mound of frickin' gravel. And where is he? Let's see if we can find him. He's digging under here too. I don't see him anywhere. Where the hell did he go? He found a hiding spot that I don't know about. He's pretty good at that hiding spots. Oh, he's disappeared. Where the hell is he at? Huh. He's gone. And they're like, man, what are you doing, man? We don't want you shining that light in our eyes. What the hell's wrong with you? But anyway, I got the top done, and you're probably wondering, what's these two screws here for? Well, I'll tell you what that's for, and I don't think it's going to help me one bit. I just put the boards on there and then screwed these down on it. I got 2 in each one of them, and this one's in the center. This one's 7 inches from the edge, 1 1/8 in on both sides, and it is a heavy one. And we got a piano hinge there, and this is the 2-inch. Then I put pads on it, and these are the pads that was I didn't use them pads that goes underneath them white LED lights that I made that I put on here, because every time I tried to pop rivet it, these would squeeze in and it would break the cover off of it, so I couldn't do that. But I added these bars as a way for me to be on a stool and be able to lift this up off of there. But I have a feeling that if I ever lift this off of here, I'm gonna have help, because this thing's not light. It's a pretty heavy door. I should have made it so that the door or the top was removable. Wonder if my crawdad's up in here. Nope, he's not up in here. He can't get up that glass anyway, but I'd like to know where the hell he's at. It worries me. He disappeared once. I didn't see him again for 2 years until I did this. He's probably right behind them rocks up there. Wow, he really is hidden. And I know I built this. I know every crack and crevice that I put in there intentionally. Oh, there he is. There's that bad boy. See, now he's down there digging out. He's not digging now because I got the light shining on him. But this bar goes across there, and then there's a screw, 1032 screw that goes through this and into the end of the rod on both sides. So I don't think I'm going to use boiled linseed oil on that at all. I like the way it looks. I like it. Kind of looks like a blonde. I just like that old look, and we're going to try to do something nice on this one in here. But it's straight. So there's my tanks. Got a big old bucket of rocks right there. Y'all want some rocks? I'll sell you some. $29.95. What a bargain. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.